Hello, my loves, and welcome back. We are here to talk about Gate 12, the Gate of Caution. So, this is an interesting gate because this is really about expressing your emotions through art. It's like communicating through fine art. This is poetry, this is music, singing. And these people have a really refined palette for like things that are beautiful, things that, they love the way things look. This is about vanity. But in low vibration, this is where they're so fixated on the way things look that they're like, say the nice thing or look the nice way or act one way, but internally they're not being true to themselves.
So is this when they talk out of both sides of their mouth?
Yeah.
Their words and actions aren't necessarily in alignment.
Yeah, or their words and their tone are completely different.
Yeah.
Because there's something like musical about these people's voices.
Mm-hmm.
They're very like, there's so much art in the way that they speak. So their tone, their octave actually does something to people.
So it's almost like entrancing.
Yeah, so they're like, oh, I'm going to say the beautiful words, but it's all about vanity. Underneath, the vibration is not matching the way that they try and make it sound.
They try. So the voice of Gate 12 is I try, which I think makes a lot of sense when we're talking about their words and actions aren't in alignment. They're always trying.
Mm-hmm.
Never necessarily landing it, but they're trying.
Mm-hmm. It's really important for them to know when to share and when not to share with this. And when we see this in low vibration, there's two ways that this is going to show up. So in the internal, right? Like I'm gonna take this shadow and I'm going to like internalize it. It either shows up as other people are going to see me as weak, so they try and make up for that. Maybe they don't share because they don't want to be seen as weak.
Yep.
Or they think the opposite. I'm elite to these people.
I'm better than
these people. And because of that, I'm going to outwardly go, but internally I'm like, yeah, right. Like that's not, and so there's like that disconnect between what they're saying and how we're feeling when we're around them.
Interesting. So then how does that show up when somebody is reactive or they're expressing that outwardly?
Remember how I told you that people can be like influenced by not influenced, like their voice does something to us. It's like the octave of the voice does something, right? And so when they are in reactive and they're pushing that out, it's like they're using their tone to like cut people, to hurt people. Right? Yeah. They're using their words to hurt.
What's interesting to me about Gate 12 is I want to say it's in Gate 57 or 20 or the channel 5720 is an intuitive hearing.
Yes.
And it's almost exactly opposite. So you have words that don't match the tone. And then on the other side of that, you have somebody who has a gift who can hear the words, but also hear the underlying vibration of what's actually being said, almost like the intention behind it. The fact that they're almost mirror opposite and the throat gate is really interesting to me.
And the 12 is connected to 22, and 22 comes with the gift of intuitive hearing, just like 57.
Yep.
So it's very interesting how it's all connected. And this idea of that this is a cautious energy is really being cautious with your voice, because you recognize, and not really the words, it's
the tone.
It's the tone and the sounds that you're producing.
Okay. So if somebody has an active gate or defined gate 12 and they're looking to move from the shadow to the gift, what is the best way for them to do that?
They want to tap into the 22, which is on the other side of that channel. This is all about emotion and emoting. If they have 22, they're probably going to feel pretty confident in how they're emotionally feeling. If they don't have 22 activated, they might kind of struggle with like pinpointing their emotions. Yep. But what they want to do is they want to try to express their emotions through art. So instead of being worried about how things look, right? Instead of being worried about the vanity of things, the perception of things, they're just going to focus on expressing that art through, their words, but through an artist way. Like, you know how you can paint something, but it speaks to you?
Actually, no. I don't. I know people who do that.
Okay.
But that's not my skill set.
Okay, so have you ever looked at an art piece and you can just feel the
it.
emotion?
Yes.
So it's interesting because of course you're going to use the voice. I try, but this is really about it's really about like speaking through your creation, not so much your voice.
So I think that's an important distinction, because where we talk about each of the other gates, we talk about them having a specific voice, a specific I statement. Where moving from the shadow to the gift in other gates, the best way to do that is to start practicing that I statement. With gate 12, it's really maybe a little bit less about practicing the I statement and a little bit more about paying attention to the tone.
Yeah. And finding ways to get what you want to say out in your art. Yeah. Right. So like if I have gate 12, let's say, and I'm feeling emotions that maybe like anger, right? Maybe I'm feeling emotions of anger or unseen or unhappiness, whatever that is. And these are low vibrational emotions. Instead of me going to somebody and saying, you made me mad, or I'm angry, or whatever, what I'm going to do is I'm going to communicate those feelings in my art. So I might write a poem about that experience. I might write some lyrics about that experience. I might paint something about that experience. Get that all out in my art, because that's the way that I was designed to speak, is through my art. And then that way, when you go to talk to the person, that may sound like, I tried to put all of my emotions in here. What do you think?
That's so funny.
I tried to encompass what I was feeling when I wrote this.
The art piece loses the tone.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
Yes, okay. It like neutralizes the tone, because there's something about their voice that like hits us.
The gates are so interesting. There's so much to dig into in human design.
We're constantly learning new things every single day, or having these aha moments. It's like, oh, that's why.
Yeah.
I love that.
Okay, that's gate 12. We're going to move on to the next one. Love you. Mean it. Bye. Put it in the notes below.
This has been another episode of Our Throat series, an entire series that we have dedicated to teaching you guys about the different gates inside of our throat and the energy that exists inside of those gates, so that you guys can become more confident in the way that you use your voice on this planet. If you've enjoyed this episode, we highly suggest that you make your way to our website and check out the
throat workbook that we've put together specifically for you to contemplate as you move through the gates in your own throat, the gates of those around you, as you look to better understand your design and how you can interact and relate more to those around you. We love you so much. We're so excited that you're here with us. We can't wait to hear about how you elevate yourself and those around you by learning your human design.
I love the fact that you just like supported me when I couldn't find my voice.
That's what we're here
for. Isn't
for.
that so fitting for this entire series? We love you guys.
Love you, mean it. Bye.
We hope today's show resonated with you. If you want to be the first to hear about our upcoming shows, make sure you follow the Soul Led Duo podcast on YouTube and wherever you catch your podcasts. Check out darcyandsarah.com for show notes, your free human design chart, and other goodies. And we'll catch you next time. Love you, mean it. Bye.